Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to a live play of Godsforge. I'm Kyla, this is Jeff, and we are here with Brendan, who is the designer of Godsforge. Hopefully you guys already know how to play. We're going to be going over a little bit of more advanced strategy today.
Yeah, so this game is one of our biggest goals for this game was to keep each card simple. Simpler to some other battle strategy games, but so there's a little bit less on each card, a little bit less text, but there's still a fair amount of strategy involved. Now, how do I stand these up here? Let's see. I need another cup.
One at a time.
Okay, or one at a time. All right. I'm just kind of showing you basically. I'll just try to stand these up here. Basically, I'm showing you some examples of the cards that we have in this game, and we're just going to talk just a little bit of strategy when playing. Now, basically, there's 3 or 4 different types of cards in this game. There's attack cards, there's defense cards, there's cards that create Veilstones, which is the unit in the game that basically allows you to empower your cards or make them easier to play. Let's see if I can get these to stand up. No, of course not. And there's like card destruction. Well, I'll just take one go. All right. So in the basics, we're going to be assuming that you guys have, or you've played the game or kind of know the rules, and so I'm just going to talk through some basic strategy to this game. So the very first, so I'm going to start with basic strategy and a little more advanced strategy. For basic strategy, because there's 2 different card types in the games, there's spells and creations. The creations are these over here, where they have full art, and the spells have more of a geometric art. The spells are usually going to have the turn that they're played a really big effect, but then they just happen once and then they're discarded, whereas the creations stay in play from each turn. And so as a basic strategy, you want to play creations earlier in the game, because if you play them, they will stay there and continue to give you value while you are playing. So if you, for example, if you play this lightning sword, it's going to do 4 damage every turn, which is that far, I don't know, it's left or right here, camera right, camera left. It's going to do 4 damage every turn versus this earthquake. It's going to do 7 damage and possibly a lot more, but it's only going to happen once. And so that's the basic strategy there. Second tip for you guys is to play or analyze which cards are good in the early game, mid game, or late game. I kind of gave you a little bit of advice as, playing spells is typically better in the late game, but really there's quite a variety of cards to analyze to see, like, is this card, even good is this card good late in the game when I need to maybe make bigger plays? And card evaluation is one of my favorite things in any game. So I recommend kind of maybe in your head rating what's good to play early and what's good to play late. And of course, that could be its own video where we just talk about what are the best cards early and late in mid-game. Another example for basic strategy is vary up the card costs in your hand. And the card costs, again, are these numbers in the upper left corner of each card. And if you have, for example, too many 5s, let's say, in your hand, like there's a Earthquake there has a couple 5s, and Celestian Shield has a 5, and Veilstone Beacon has a 5. If you roll your dice and you don't have any 5s, you might be in trouble for playing cards, and so you might have to play that sword. Hopefully, so just be aware of that. Turn 1 of the game is a critical turn. Because of the rock, paper, scissors dynamic of this game, if you play, how the game works is, so again here we have Jeff and Kyla, and I'm over here, but Kyla would be attacking me and I would be attacking Jeff, and Jeff would be attacking Kyla. But if Kyla is playing an attack card like Lightning Sword, and I play a card like Veilstone Beacon, I'm going to be creating Veilstones, which allow me to play my cards easier and have some bigger effects later in the game, but she's putting damage pressure on me early in the game, so it might force me into a certain play style. However, if I play Celestine Shield, that will allow me to prevent some of her damage, hold her off, and keep her back. Now, if she plays Celestine Shield, and she's the one attacking me, she would deal no damage. And if I play Veilstone Beacon, then I'm in a great spot because I'm generating Veilstones and I'm setting myself up for a bigger plays later in the game. So there's kind of that rock, paper, scissors dynamic early on in the game. And then one little hint that I have that's also kind of a basic strategy is if you have a card like the Veilstone Beacon, there's quite a few cards in the games that just generate Veilstones. They create a bunch of them. Usually one of them, if you play one of them, that's enough. And you can create some really great, play some really great cards with that. However, I don't recommend usually creating two of them or playing two of them unless you have some really big cards that can take advantage of them. For example, one of my favorite big powerful cards is Spellbind, and I'm just going to float that here. And so it costs 4 of a kind on the dice and a Veilstone. So it's not super expensive, but there's some other ones that do get pretty darn expensive. And if you can discard aggressively and try to get these types of cards, then it's okay if you have a lot of Veilstone generation. There's another card, Leviathan. It's a very powerful creation that does a lot of damage, but you kind of need Veilstones to keep it going. Then I'm also going to cover just a couple advanced strategies. They're a little harder to pull off, but I mean to see, but I'll just go over them briefly here as well. The first one that you can do, which is more advanced, is looking at what other players roll. So I don't know if I can see dice here or not, probably not, but basically if in the beginning of the game, like I was telling you about, say I wanted to play a Veilstone Beacon, and I saw that that my opponent maybe lined up a 3 and 11 plus, or they had lined up a couple other. There's a couple other attacker cards in the game. Primarily on turn 1, the Lightning Sword, the Manticore, and the Gorgon. So those are the three. Those are the 3 cards that you'd want to look out for on turn 1. If they have that lined up for that, you might say, okay, maybe I shouldn't play a Veilstone generator. Maybe I need a defensive card. You can get really deep as to how well you know the cards and how the dice are rolled. Unfortunately, though, ones which are wild obscure that possibility, and so do Veilstone. So it does get a little tricky in how you can maybe try to read the cards. And honestly, sometimes for me, I'm not that advanced to analyze all the dice that are rolled. But if you want to get real deep, that's one advanced play you can do. In addition to that, how cards in this game work, how spells in this game work, and I'm just going to move these others out of the way so we can kind of focus on this one right now. But this game is a spell, so it's a little bit different.
Carry on, you're good.
How spells work are some of these big damaging spells is when you play them, you may pay any, so this little eye icon at the top of the card basically says that it's a reveal effect. And so when you play it, it says you may pay any amount of Veilstones when you do it. So what I've seen a lot of new players do, and what you have to do in this game, if you can still see me, let's say I'm playing this card here as a spell, move this a little bit. You have to pay the Veilstones on these cards when you flip them. So when people play this spell, you flip it, and then you have to say which Veilstones you're playing right that moment, so that you can't like play an earthquake or a fireball and then kind of math out how much damage you want to do. We thought it was more fun when it's kind of a surprise. And so, but what I see players doing is they play a card and then they're kind of fiddling with their Veilstones and counting them up and stuff and trying to see how much damage they're going to do. And then they put them on top of their card and stuff like that. What that does, that's a tell. So if you want to play this game and look for your opponents fiddling with their Veilstones, it probably means a big spell is coming. And so what you can do to avoid that as a player when you're playing a big spell is you just keep your Veilstones there, you play your spell, and then when you flip it, you just move the allocated Veilstones you'd like ahead with that card. So that kind of hides that. In addition to that, it kind of goes with the dice reading again. But if I'm playing a big damage spell like Earthquake, and I read to my left that he is lining up with his dice, so sometimes that's a tell too. Like if I'm fiddling with my dice and I'm trying to re-roll this number, it might tell you what they're trying to play. And if he's lining up 3 in a row, he might line up the spell Crystal Barrier, a big damage prevention card. Or he might have a, I think it's a 9+ and a 10+ to play the Heart of the Forest, which is another big damage prevention spell. So you kind of, if you want to get deep into the game and analyze rolls and stuff like that, that's one way to improve your gameplay. Let's see. We're almost through all the advanced strategies that we're going to cover today. Yeah, the last piece of strategy is that I recommend trying to. There's several strategies in this game, and I recommend trying to discard aggressively to achieve your strategy. I'll talk about a couple strategies in the game, but there's one strategy in the game is that you just play these cards, which are cards that don't require more than 4 dice to play. They don't require any extra Veilstones. You can just roll a 5 and roll 2 dice to get that 11+ on the Celestine Shield, and that allow you to play that card. And so you play a lot of these little cards, and you maybe will squeeze out a few Veilstones, because these cards actually generate some Veilstones when you play them. And actually, oh, I'm sorry. What I meant is not this card. You'd play these cards, not Veilstone generation. So one strategy in this game is that you just play constant cards that don't generate Veilstones. This one actually does generate some Veilstones, but it also gives you some damage prevention as well. Another strategy is that you play a Veilstone generator, like this other one that I just put down, and then you try to go for some really big effects in the game, like I was talking about with Spellbind. So if you play the Veilstone Beacon, you're going to be able to play a card. One of my favorites that does a lot is Dimension Door, and this card I'll just hold up. It requires 4 of a kind, and that can be hard enough alone to get, but it also requires 3 Veilstones to play this card. But once you do, it has a tremendously powerful effect. You can play 2 cards in your hand that do not have a Godstone or 4 of a kind, and they're cost for free. So if you can get the Veilstones together with something like a Veilstone Beacon and then play Dimension Door, you can have a massive turnaround on that turn to basically kind of catch up and have a big effect. It kind of depends on what you play with the Dimension Door too. You know, if you play some bigger cards, it can have a bigger impact. So that's 2 strategies. One is kind of smaller cards. The other one is Veilstone generation and bigger cards. Another strategy is to go all defensive and then play a big spell at the end of the game. So you can kind of, and it varies whether you're playing a 3-player game or a 4-player game or a 2-player game, whether that strategy will be viable or not. Sometimes in 2-player games, the very defensive strategy, sometimes it can fail. It kind of depends on all that you play. In a 4-player game, you might have a better chance of it winning. But another strategy in this game that defeats going all defensive and going with a big spell is card destruction. So one card in the game, and kind of more of a unique strategy in this game, is you play a card like Volcanic Sphinx. I'll try to keep that stable if I can here. This card, once you play it and it's easy to play, your hand size increased by 1, so it gives you the opportunity to find spells. That's what this card is aiming to do. It does 3 damage typically, but it does 6 damage if you played a spell this round. So let's say that in our 3-player game that we're going to be doing here, if Kyla was going very defensive and I had set this card up, she's shaking her head no, like she doesn't want to go defensive. But if I play this card, I would try to discard aggressively for destruction cards or small spells or big spells, just any spells really, but especially card destruction to defeat the defensive strategy. So there's a few different strategies there, and that's kind of, those are some of the the basic and advanced strategies that are involved in this game. It's reading the table, reading what players are trying to do, reading other people's dice rolls a bit, and what they're doing with their Veilstones. That's probably if you put all those things together, you're going to increase your percentage chance of winning. Yeah.
I'm going to destroy you right now. Now that I know what's happening, we're going to play this game.
I find that when I demo the game, a lot of people gun for me. I'm trying to pick on the game designer. Throwing fireballs at me on turn one.
That seems right and good to me.
And I try to tell people, I was like, well, hold back on the spells in turn one. Fireball. Yeah, I was just like, that's what they want to do.
You're not the boss in these games.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody likes to be told what to do, even when they are making bad decisions.
I think it's fun that the first games are very experimental, and
we get to pitch too, right? Well, no, we pitch Veilstone stuff and Four of a Kind stuff, right?
On the first round,
yep,
you can do both of those things.
Sweet.
So if anything has a Four of a Kind like that, you can just pitch it. I'm going to be pitching this card, but if it has a Four of a Kind symbol, you can pitch it for free. But in addition to that, at the beginning of the round, which is the upkeep, you are allowed to pitch any 2 cards that you want, and then draw up to your initial hand size of 4. Here, I'll put that here.
I'm keeping all of this
here. So I'm going to keep these 2 for sure. That one's good. I'll draw 1.
Garbage.
You guys ready? Oh,
yeah.
You roll. All right.
And by garbage, I mean cards that are excellent late game.
Did you discard some?
Yeah.
Oh no. And so you can discard Veilstone cards or Godstone cards for free, All right. Let's see here. So actually what I'm doing right now is I'm reading Kyla's dice. She said she had good late game cards, so I'm not exactly sure what those are. But she's also rolled a couple 1s on her dice, which are wild, so it's hard for me to read her dice.
Yeah, I could do anything.
She really could do anything. But what I try to do on turn 1 is determine, is she playing an attack card or not? Something that will deal damage to me. So I have to determine if I want to play a defensive card or a Veilstone generator. I'm going to actually...
So am I a coward or an investment banker?
Yes, and then how do I collect Veilstones the best and whatnot? So actually, I'm going to try to... so I'm going to re-roll 1, and that's what I wanted. So I'll play this card here. Ready? And flip. Oh, interesting. Now you're playing a second card with that?
Yep.
Oh, no. Jeff's coming out, guns blazing.
Yes, he is. Check it out. This is my favorite deal because this one lets you play another card on after it, and I rolled well enough to get it done.
Yes.
That seems like it's going to do more damage to me than his, so I'm going to change the direction of attack.
Yeah, so typically we attack to our left, but she played Winds of Fate, which allows her to play one of these 2 cards that she just drew for free and also change the direction of attacks this round. So what are you going to play there?
Oh, yes, I will take that.
All right, very good. Winds of Fate is really coming out as a really good card. Sometimes it can just be amazing. Obviously, it can fall flat sometimes, but because you paid a little extra for your Veilstone Beacon. But some turns it can just be incredible. Anyways, let's do attacks now. So I'm dealing 4 over to Jeff. So he is down 4.
Oh, I thought you were going to reverse. That did not happen.
Oh yeah, I went to yes. So I'm doing 4 to you.
me.
Sorry. So that's that one, and you were doing
5 for you.
0. Yep. All right. So you are staying there.
Yes, I am.
I gained 3 Veilstones from my beacon.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine.
All right.
All right.
That's the round. All right. You are fast.
Yeah, I am. Rerolled nothing. They're not even fiddle with them. That is something to analyze at home. Home analysts. Type in your home analyzations in a comment.
All right.
I'm in a little bit of trouble here. Oh boy.
Also, I'm not even using the full potential of the extra card I am supposed to have.
Brendan told us that you're supposed to be digging for spells.
That's right.
That's what the Volcanic Sphinx wants of you.
I'm a bad Sphinx owner. Sphinx minion. I feel like it is more of a pet than so I am its owner.
Yeah.
I can't play a card. Bummer.
This is fine.
All right, so when you can't play a card, you gain 4 Veilstones. And you know why I can't play a card? Because I discarded poorly. I was trying to be aggressive in my drawing, and I screwed up. All right, so I have no card to play.
All right, I got 10 plus and 2 evens to get the Scepter of Fortune, which gets me the magic 5th
Oh
die.
my goodness.
Nice. I created a metallic dragon.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I
Oh my
often
goodness.
impose myself in the late game because the 5th dice seems so great. And usually that is bad for me when I do it in the late game. But I feel like turn 2, it is maybe still okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I like me an extra scepter die.
Great.
All right.
1 or 2 turn play.
I got 8 for you.
Okay. I'm gonna die.
Down to
Soon.
13, right?
14.
I got 6.
No, I was a filthy liar. 13. Math. Type in your math in the comments.
I got 6
to me.
Yeah.
Down to 14. And I got 4
4
for
for me.
you again.
All right. Acceptable.
Go ahead. It is more rare that you can't play a card, and the problem is I discarded poorly and rolled poorly. So usually that combination will be bad for you. And I was also trying to get some Veilstones on turn 1, but it didn't work out. So, anyways, let's do our discards and such.
The thing I love about this game is that I get to just start rolling my dice and I don't have to wait for them to do all their card fiddling.
You got a bunch
Yes.
of them too.
25% more dice.
Yeah, I mean that's. I know that a lot of players are faster than me, so I want to design so that people can do their thing without waiting too long.
Yeah, I'm not changing my mind.
Wow.
I'm going to be a good Sphinx owner this turn, he said, telegraphing his play.
Jeff played a spell.
I like to refer to myself in the third person. He likes to refer to himself in the third person.
All right. See, I shouldn't have given all the strategy away to these guys. Now they're going to crush me.
Kyla is responsible for crushing you.
Okay.
And I didn't even use my strategy properly. Like, I discarded poorly.
All right. The Channel Veilstones gives me 2 and pumps up my Sphinx.
Yikes.
So I got 11 for you this turn.
Yikes.
This is fun.
11.
I'm gonna die. I have 2 health left.
All right. And you're dealing 9?
9.
I prevent 3. Oh, wait. I deal 3 extra damage to you this round because of this card here.
This one passes through damage to your victim's victim.
All right.
So you got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
All right, so that would have been
You said you did 3 extra damage?
correct.
Okay, so I'm there. Right?
I think so.
Just
I like
9
that
Yes.
dragons
dragon.
down there.
Yes,
I
go
like
away,
that
dragon.
Yeah,
Nine coming
I'm
into
still
purple.
doing 9 to you.
All right,
6 from this
minus
thing before
3.
it dies.
So now that's 6 damage. So I go down to 8, and I'm dealing. I'm going to steal a Veilstone of yours, and deal 5 to you. Minus your 3, so you take 2.
If you feel
Unless
that was rude, please dislike.
There's no
Use the
dislike
angry
button.
face.
Whoever designed this game told me to blow him up,
That's
so
right.
I got to do what I'm supposed to do. All right,
All right, we're
anything
good.
else? Hmm. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I should keep these. Not that far. All right, here we go.
How much life do you have? What color are you?
I am at
You
8.
have 8. I can kill you. Seems fine.
It seems like a Sesame Street affirmation. I can kill you.
We'll see about that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I need. Oh,
I gotta think now.
what card is that? Figure it out. I'm thinking about it. Don't think about it.
Hmm.
Three of a kind.
Oh, now he's got choices.
Jeff's gonna win.
He's got a lot lined up there.
And look at all of his life.
Very sad. I have a full
Yes.
house now.
I did a poor job of putting early pressure on him. I didn't play a second card. I mean, and so what that can, skew the game. Yeah, so I'll have to do something to even this up.
Wait, did you just say that you lost so hard that it made me lose?
All right, we'll do this.
I don't know.
All right.
It's possible.
Got a wall of stone here.
Oh,
Just that it's
jeez.
made of 5s. I'm just not using these. So many dice. I'm just gonna.
Just throw him
It's a rough life.
All right, ready? Flipping. He's got his wall. Drain life. Okay, okay,
With all these guys on it.
okay. And I played Heart of the Forest, which will save me.
No!
I could tell she was getting ready to blast me, so I gain 3 when I play it. All right, so I think you're dealing enough damage to have
force
killed
the
me,
1.
to have forced the 1. So this is going to be sacrificed.
So how much do you wind
I'm
up
gonna go
with?
down to 1.
I gained 10 life.
All right, we'll do that now, sure.
I'm only dealing you 8.
Sweet.
Okay. And then I'm dealing, or I'm going to take your Veilstone and deal, that's just 5 again, but I think you prevent all that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I have a wall
Is
of
that-
stone holding a shield.
Is that the round then?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
nobody died.
That is unfortunate.
Aggressively discard it like you said. Uh-oh.
It sounds terrible over there.
I'm squandering my second reroll. Don't need it.
I don't know how to kill Brendan. He only has one life. It seems like it should be easy. So like I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know what to play.
Don't do it.
I have enough to kill you, I hope. No, wait, I don't. Because he has 3 damage prevention. I gotta attack him somehow. Alright. Mhm. Mhm. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that seems good. Okay.
Hmm. All right. Okay.
I came up with an Apocalypse Titan using only dice.
Ooh.
That's impressive.
That's a lot there. My goodness. All right. I'm doing Nature's Revenge. I'll be destroying a card, but I also gain 7 life. You're doing 7 damage. -3 is 4 damage. No.
I'll sacrifice him.
Then, let's see. Does it kill me then?
I think so.
Oh, it's okay. So if you sack him,
And I'm doing
it's
13 damage.
13, and I don't have enough.
Yes.
Oh,
So you go out at -2,
that was painful.
right?
I believe so.
That sounds right.
Super good.
All
I
right.
got 15 for you.
I die. Wait, okay. I can still, even though I sacrifice this, I can still pay the Veilstone to prevent the damage, right?
That's true.
So it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna die more than
We got toasted.
15. Yeah, I'm way negative.
All right, so let's talk just real briefly. I didn't do enough to kill you. Let's talk real briefly about what happened in this game. If that's
Jeff
all right
won.
with you guys. Jeff won. Now, what made him have a strong opening? He had these 2 great cards opening him. He's playing. He managed to line up some really great early game cards. And so again, I'm just going to hold these up real quick. But usually you can only play 1 card a turn. But he was able to play both of these turn 1, which is a very powerful opening hand. And he was able to capitalize with a spell the turn after.
It was a pretty lucky starting hand. I didn't have to pitch anything in order to get back up to there.
Right. He also played one of the best. I would rate this card as one of the best early game cards in the game. If you can play it turn 1, it's amazing. He played it turn 2. It's still quite good. It loses value later in the game, mid to late game. But he's lining these up, and I failed to play a card because I discarded poorly. I could have easily not discarded easy playable cards, but I goofed up. I would say that was definitely a misplay by me, and that lost me the game. And so it's unfortunate because then I'm not putting enough pressure on Jeff, and he can kind of go after Kyla. So it is a game where it helps if everyone's kind of you have to kind of play the table. I was trying to play Nature's Revenge there at the end of the game to hopefully survive whatever you were going to throw at me, and start destroying stuff over here to try to even out the table. I was too late.
Let's do one more.
Sounds good. Can I keep these Veilstones?
Only if you eat them.
Maybe it's worth it. I might have to after that. After you guys destroyed me so badly
key
there.
ingredient of Godsforge live play going viral is the designer consumes a game piece.
All right, here we go.
One of those cards spun when you dealt it to me, and the back of the cards looks really cool when you spin it. Just yeah, now
I'm not good enough.
I'm bad at spinning. Send us a video of spinning your cards at home, Facebook viewers.
Getting ahead of yourself.
That needs to go away. I'm always very excited to roll my dice.
Wow, that's a good roll. I wish I could capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's a good roll.
I rolled 3 wilds out of 4 dice. Let's see if I can roll another wild.
I'm just going to play exactly what Jeff played in the last game, and I'm guaranteed to win. It's a great strategy.
That checks out.
Oh, actually, that works. Okay, good. All right.
My old friend Volcanic Sphinx.
Oh, I see you're taking the Jeff last game strategy.
That's right.
I am as well.
Treant, got a Veilstone extra on there.
This is recursive Jeffing.
Okay.
Threes all the way around. Everyone takes 3. Just move that stack down to 22.
Nice.
All right.
This is for the slothful game player where they can all be moved in a stack. You can coordinate this with your friends.
Oh, wait. I should be rolling first. Shoot. I won't look at that. I meant to discard and draw. Now, let's see here.
A card I want. Now I will remember to draw 5 in order to achieve last game reversion. I'm upset that you have the set group.
I gain a Veilstone from the upkeep on this guy. Kyla's evil laugh.
I prefer cat.
I encourage
It's a
evil
cackle.
laughs.
Show some respect. It's a cackle. Oh, dun, 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 dun. I can play anything I want. What do I want?
Unacceptable.
That's good.
That's obnoxious.
Rolling well helps. Rolling those ones, man.
I guess I'll do this.
All right.
3 for you.
I'll prevent 3.
Oof.
3 for you.
I will take 3. And 18. I deal 3 to you.
Oh, I prevent 3.
Ah, you guys and your prevention. At the end of the round, I will be spellbinding. Let's see.
What does that even do?
I get to have one of your cards, or someone's card here.
Rude.
It's either the Scepter of Fortune or the Oaken Shield, I think.
Well, one of them hurts you.
And one of them defends your attacks.
I'm okay taking Oaken Shield, actually. They're both great cards, honestly. But this
You get a plus 1.
one thing that I actually
really?
didn't
That's great.
cover in the kind of the strategy of the game, but one of the biggest points of strategy in this game is knowing what to destroy or spellbind. It usually determines who's going to win this game. So I kind of gave Kyla a massive advantage by not taking her card. So I'm taking a kind of a bigger risk in taking Oaken Shield. So anyways, just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, I already have a few cards I can draw. Oh, no.
I get 1 Veilstone, a Treant. Oh, I spent these.
Could one of you guys get the phone, please? No, just one of these people. Don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
We don't answer the phone. What's that? Metallic dragging it up here.
I have the Chaos Ring with a couple of Veilstones. You got the Crystal Phoenix, of course you did. Dang it. She's going to be going through my defensive. See, she's playing the board. She knows what she's doing. She has a card that it deals damage and ignores shields or defensive. So she's going to be going through and damaging me. All right, so let's do attacks. Cast ring does 4 and 3, 7 damage to you.
Super good. 15.
I'm doing 7 to you. And so you take 4.
I take 4. Down to 15 as well.
I got 9 for you.
And I will take 6.
Ooh, it's a tight game. All hovering around 15, 16. That's the round, right? Okay.
I remember that fifth dice. Kind of, it's like a phantom limb. It's like, oh, what's my fifth?
Oh man. I'm scared.
What does it mean when I cackle? Is that telegraphing
Doom
a
is coming.
festive spirit?
Okay.
Good.
The channel Veilstones, and also get another Volcanic Sphinx.
Oh boy. I see why he's laughing.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah.
nasty. Oh, you're doing Dimension Door? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, that was quite a roll you had. Oh wait. Did you have the Veilstones to pay that?
Yeah, I just paid 3.
Oh, jeez.
They all came from rolling my extra die, too.
Wow.
This early withdrawal
Wow.
from her 401k.
She played 2 powerful cards. My goodness. You guys, have you guys been practicing? You guys are way better than me.
We've been hearing
Oh,
some
my
advanced
goodness.
strategy tips.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. So again,
I feel like since we're not
2
demoing this
Veilstones.
at a con, we do not have to pull punches.
You
We
can't
don't
gain
have
life.
to avoid.
this round, no gaining life.
Ah.
Okay, shoot.
That's fine.
All right, so tell me what you got there for damage. It's a lot of damage.
8, 9, 10, 11, 15.
15, I prevent. I'm going to try to prevent as much as I can here. So that's preventing 7, 9. So I take 6. I can't gain any life. I take 6. Down to 9. And I'm dealing just 4. I gain a Veilstone, but I deal 4 damage.
I will take the 4 to you. I'm 18 for you, Kyla.
Goodness. I will take 15, I guess, and have 1 left.
Oh no! Oh no, that's
These are my
terrible.
furrowed brows.
I was
Facebook
actually hoping
viewers.
that you would take her out there.
There must certainly
So
be more
close.
damage in my pocket or something.
So close. I'm going to destroy your Oaken Shield.
What about this dragon here? That's dealing a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a good call. I'm going to destroy the dragon. I hate to listen to Brendan, but he was right.
While on principle, I would not normally listen to Brendan.
That's exactly right. These guys aren't going to save me.
No, I'm doing the same thing. Whoops. Yes. So yeah, I draw aggressively to get something that will keep you alive.
Yeah. None of these will.
Oh boy. I gain 1 Veilstone from the treant. See what happens. That's fine. There was one point in the game where I hope I didn't grab Veilstones twice on that last play. Now we'll see in the video. We'll play it back and realize that I cheated.
I don't think any of these are going to save me. But, okay, let's see. All right.
So I'm just guessing here. You got that ready? Let's not play our cards yet. But I'm just guessing that he might have an elemental storm coming at you. Maybe. We'll see. Now he's telegraphing maybe a spell here, but he also could be just playing a big card. So that's just something that you can watch out for as far as advanced strategy.
Wide.
All right, let's see.
Earthquake.
Earthquake.
So there's 3 because one of these is becoming a Veilstone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's useless 4.
Playing Drake, I gotta play a
It's not
Veilstone.
helping.
All right, I'll roll my damage here for this ring. 3 plus a Veilstone.
I'm dead.
I have 25 for you.
Nope. I have 1 life. I mean, I gained 3, so I'm only negative 21.
All right.
That did not lap you back.
Let's see if
off
I
of the
can
negative
survive
meter.
here.
14,
Hopefully I can survive.
18.
18 minus 7, 10. So that alone would keep me alive, but I will pay another 1. So I prevent a total of 12. 7, 9, 12. So I take 6 damage. I go down to 3. Down here. These are 4. Oh, I gained 3 life. I missed that. 1, 2, 3. Actually,
All right, are you going to give me?
I will pay 1 extra to gain 2 more life. I just totally ignored that card. And for you, I deal 3.
You can roll high enough. Oh, you rolled 3 already.
9 damage.
Super good. I got 2 left. You must roll 1 fewer die.
All right.
I'm out.
All right. So you killed her. So you
that's
gained
good.
3 Veilstones.
And we're each going to take an extra 7.
My reward for dying is a cup of coffee.
So this is going to be
Actually,
all
let's grab this
about
real
who
quick.
kills who the very most
The biggest.
killingest.
And you have a lot of potential. I mean, that's what I like about that rule of gaining 3 Veilstones if you get the kill, is because it allows you to have an aggressive strategy like he's doing there. And he's got 2 of those Volcanic Sphinx, which is very scary. So I gain 1 Veilstone. Yeah. And, oops, draw 3.
Wow, that's a good use. I'll just draw the rest of the deck here. Oh, nope, I need 1 more. I forgot I have 2
Okay.
Volcanic Sphinxes. I can shuffle.
Okay. It's pretty bad. And Earthquake is quite a good card for you there, because that will slow my rolling ability down quite a bit. I'm ready to roll. Oof. Jeff's got 2 wild dice showing and 2 twos. He could be doing Fireball. He could be doing a variety of spells. He could do Crystal Barrier, which could prevent a lot of damage. He's in pretty good shape, honestly. It'll be pretty close.
Yeah, I think that's better. I may have gotten that one wrong.
All right.
I do have a Crystal Barrier.
Ah. Of course. Spend 2 Veilstones to play Leviathan and Wheeler Woe. I'm going to, I mean, you might have killed me. So I'm going to be, I have to see, actually. I get to decide if this deals 3 damage or gains 3 life. So I might have the ability to kill you. So I actually should math this out here. I'll roll my Chaos Ring die here. Oh, wait, no, I can't do that yet. I actually have not
decide when you play it.
I have to decide when I play it. So I have, let's see, I have 8 plus 6. So 14. I'm down 1. I have to roll 3 on this. Oh, no, this, okay. I'm going to deal 3 damage because I want to make sure you're dead.
Well, I'm pretty going to take 7 because Kyla's dead too.
Oh, plus the 7. Okay, so then it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so we're all dying. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're essentially looking at the life differential, so it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Deal it
Thank
or
you.
take
Yes.
it.
Okay, so I'll deal.
Okay.
Just because I want you going down.
Yes.
Further. All right, so then I'll roll my Chaos Ring die here. Of course.
that may well be the difference. What do you got?
That could be the difference right there. All right, so I have 6, 7, 15, plus 3 is 18, plus the 7 is 25 damage.
25 minus 15, so I take 10, which puts me at -8. 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just got the 12.
All right, 12 minus 7 down to 5, down to 2 damage I take. Oh, then I gained 3 life, so I gained 1. So
Yeah, did you take the extra 7?
Oh, plus
I
7.
forgot to tell you about
Plus
this.
7.
So you're actually going to live.
I'm at 2.
Gross. So I did not feel like I wanted to math out a drain life.
Thank you, Leviathan.
But
Oh,
I
really?
think that probably I did not have all that much. I think I had 3
You had 3
Veilstones at the
Veilstones?
time.
Oh,
And
that
so
was
that
the
would-
play?
That would have
Oh.
swung.
It might have been the play. Hold on a second.
It would not have been 10 points worth of difference.
You're right. You're right. It's still.
It would have been slightly better, I guess. It might even have killed you. Anyway,
But no.
Tight game, though.
I decided not to think that deeply. Be lazy like a game designer, kids.
All right. What a good game. That was good.
Thanks for watching. Have a good Monday. Bye.